Racetrack Playa in Death Valley, California, one of the hottest, driest places on Earth, holds a bizarre secret. Scattered across its cracked flat surface are rocks, some weighing over 300 kilograms, each trailing a mysterious groove behind it. For decades, no one had ever seen these rocks move, yet their tracks told a story of impossible journeys. The playa is perfectly flat, with no hills to roll down, and the rocks are far too heavy for animals or pranksters to move unnoticed. Some trails are straight, others curve or zigzag, and sometimes rocks travel side by side before splitting off in different directions. The phenomenon stumped scientists and inspired wild theories. How could these stones move on their own? The mystery became legendary, a symbol of nature's unsolved puzzles. Solving it would require patience, creativity, and a willingness to wait for the desert to reveal its secrets. The answer, as it turned out, was hidden in plain sight, etched into the playa's surface by the silent, secret journeys of the rocks. The stage was set for one of science's most intriguing investigations. To crack the case, you have to understand the setting. Racetrack Playa is a dried lakebed so flat that its elevation changes by just 4 centimeters over nearly 5 kilometers. The surface is a mosaic of hard, cracked mud, and the rocks, dolomite and syenite, tumble down from the surrounding hills. Their tracks are shallow grooves, pressed into the mud, sometimes stretching for hundreds of meters. The playa is usually bone dry, but after rare winter rains, a thin layer of water can cover the surface, turning it slick and muddy. This suggested water was involved, but water alone couldn't explain the force needed to move such heavy stones. Theories abounded. Was it wind, water, or something stranger? The scientific community and the public were captivated, each new clue deepening the mystery. The playa became a natural stage, the rocks its silent actors, and the tracks their only script. The question remained: what force could move these stones across a flat, muddy desert? The search for answers was about to get serious. With no eyewitnesses, speculation ran wild. Some blamed magnetic fields, but tests showed nothing unusual. Others joked about aliens or human pranksters, but the remote location and lack of footprints made that unlikely. The most persistent theory was wind. Death Valley is famous for its fierce gusts. Scientists tried to replicate the effect with hurricane-force winds and even aircraft engines, but the rocks wouldn't budge. Wind alone wasn't enough. The friction was too great. Then came the idea of ice. Maybe, in winter, a layer of ice could help the rocks slide. But no one had ever seen it happen, and the mechanics remained a mystery. For years, the playa kept its secret, defying every test and theory. The answer was close, but just out of reach. It would take new technology, and a lot of patience, to finally catch the rocks in the act. The scientific stakeout was about to begin. By the 2000s, scientists were done guessing. They needed proof. Led by Ralph Lorenz, a team tagged rocks with motion-activated GPS units and set up a weather station to monitor every detail. The GPS would record the rocks' positions if they moved, while the weather station tracked wind, temperature, and rainfall. The setup was ingenious, but nature refused to cooperate. For 2 winters, nothing happened. The rocks sat still, the GPS units silent. The scientists waited, returning to check their equipment and download data that showed no movement. The desert's patience outlasted even the most determined researchers, but the team persisted, knowing that one day, the perfect conditions would arrive. Science is often a waiting game, and this mystery demanded it. The playa remained quiet, the rocks unmoved, but the stage was set for a breakthrough. All it would take was a rare alignment of weather and timing. The next winter would change everything. The winter of 2013-2014 brought a rare gift. Heavy rain and snow transformed the playa into a shallow pond. Scientists Richard and James Norris, now leading the project, were on site with cameras and GPS, ready for anything. In December, they witnessed the impossible. Rocks gliding slowly across the water, pushed by a gentle breeze. The movement was subtle, almost imperceptible, but unmistakable. Thin sheets of ice floating on the pond, acted as giant sails, catching the wind and nudging the rocks forward. The GPS data confirmed it. Dozens of rocks moved, some traveling over 60 meters in a single event. The rocks moved in unison, then split off as the ice fractured or the wind shifted. For the first time, the phenomenon was caught on camera and measured in real time. The decades-old mystery was finally unraveling. The answer was elegant, simple, and hidden in the rarest of desert moments. The rock's secret journey had finally been revealed. The Playa's legend was now a scientific fact. The world had witnessed the stones sail. The secret? A perfect sequence of rare events. First, just enough rain forms a shallow pond, 3 to 7 centimeters deep. Next, freezing nights create a thin, fragile layer of windowpane ice on the water's surface. As the morning sun rises, the ice cracks into large floating panels, trapping the rocks. A gentle breeze, just 10 to 15 kilometers per hour, pushes the ice sheets, which in turn nudge the rocks across the slick, muddy bottom. The rocks glide, carving tracks as the ice rotates or breaks apart, sending them in new directions. The process is slow, silent, and fleeting, sometimes lasting only minutes or hours. The conditions are so specific that they might only occur once every decade. When the sun melts the ice and the water evaporates, all that remains are the mysterious tracks. The mechanism is delicate, requiring a perfect balance of water, ice, sun, and wind. The mystery persisted for so long because the evidence, the ice, vanished almost instantly. Only by being there at the right moment could scientists finally see the stones in motion. The secret was a rare, beautiful dance of nature. The solution is as rare as it is elegant. Every element, rain, cold, sun, wind, must align perfectly, or nothing happens. Too much or too little of any ingredient, and the rocks remain still. The movement is brief, the evidence gone within hours as the ice melts and the playa dries. That's why the mystery endured for so long. The rock's journey is almost always invisible. Only the tracks remain, baking hard in the desert sun, while the mechanism disappears without a trace. The scientists' patience and timing let them witness a phenomenon most will never see. The sailing stones are a reminder of nature's power to surprise us, even in the most desolate places. Sometimes, the most extraordinary events happen in the quietest moments. And sometimes, the answer is more magical than the myth. The mystery is solved, not by magic, but by science and patience. The answer is a rare, beautiful interplay of water, ice, sun, and wind. Far from killing the wonder, understanding the process makes it even more special. The sailing stones remind us that the world is full of hidden marvels, waiting for curious minds to uncover them. Science doesn't destroy magic, it reveals the deeper beauty behind it. The story of the sailing stones is a testament to human curiosity and the power of observation. There are still mysteries out there, waiting for someone to ask the right questions. The dance of the stones continues, even when no one is watching. Nature's secrets are everywhere, if we're patient enough to look. And that is a truly wonderful thought.